Welcome back, guys. This is Cup of Comics, episode 2. This has been a long time in the making, but finally, I have been waiting for Jessica to come on the show for ages. I want to give a massive introduction. I'm going to say a full all-round creative, I'm going to say, because you don't just write. You got a comic book, which we're going to talk about very soon as well. Cosplay. You're kind of everywhere, but thank you so much for coming on the show. Honestly.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You, like, as I said, multi-talented, and it's just amazing to see. I think now we're in an era where everybody gets to show a little bit of everything that they do. How did you get into, first of all, the writing side of things?
Yeah, writing I've been doing for a really long time. I've written poetry is mostly like outside of the comic book space is what I do most of, but I've done like short stories in the past. And I guess when it comes to writing comics, it was something that I started when I was in university, I think.
Okay.
Because I had been reading comics up until that point, but I think I was doing an English degree. I was studying kind of how scripts are written, like screenwriting, and I think the way you write comics has a lot of similarities with that. So yeah, I think it was kind of at the same time. It's like, why don't I try this?
Yeah. No, it's absolutely amazing. I think, and you've transitioned into like, and we're going to get onto Rosana, guys, because this is something you guys have to check out. So I'm 3.5 issues in, and like we've barely scratched the surface on this character, and I'm looking at the writing as well. As much as I love artwork, because I'm an artist myself, you've put me on a journey now, wanting to know more about this character and about this world that you brought together. How long did that take to kind of put this world together for Rosanna? Guys, you know what? They will show you first of all, before Jessica jumps in. Like, this is something you guys have to jump on, guys. So, Rosanna, issue 1. They're going to get available soon. The links are going to be all below, so make sure you guys jump in. But, I'm loving the artwork. Like, a massive compliments to all the artists that worked on this, the line artist, the colorist. Just amazing. Like, where was the inception?
Yeah, honestly, I have a great team.
Yeah.
And yeah, like shout out to my artists. They have really brought this whole world to life. I think when you talk about the universe that we created, the characters and the journey, I feel like it's been a really collaborative process. Because when we started this, so I started this around 2019.
Wow.
So at that point, I had an idea of what I wanted. I wanted sci-fi Indonesian superhero that drew on like traditional cultural elements. I think that was around the time like Black Panther first came out as well.
Right, yeah.
So I think seeing the way, they did that in the MCU, I was like, this is really inspiring. And I really want that. I wanted us to do something that was reflective of, where we came from. And yeah, so it was a lot of stages in that, but that was the initial inspiration.
Okay, cool. Because there's a touching moment, and I'm not giving any spoilers. And you find the character on the beach, family comes. For me as a dad, that's like something like you bring people in. Was really an emotional core to where the story's going to head to now. So far from what I've got to now, so it's like bringing Rosanna's character into this world, into this universe as well. The stakes are going to be high, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, that moment that you referenced, I think that was from issue 2. As I recall.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. We really wanted to kind of tell Rosanna's story from like the beginning.
Yes.
Because she is, as far as we know, at least up until issue 3, the only person with superpowers in this universe. So when she first kind of displayed these powers to her family, they're very, lots of questions come up.
That's all right, yeah.
It's also about them kind of accepting her as who she is. So yeah, I think we really wanted to build on the themes of like family responsibility, and also when we're discovering, like following on Rosanna's journey.
Yeah.
She's really trying to figure out, again, where do these powers come from? Why am I different to everyone else? Which is a common theme, I think.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Stories.
definitely. I say, We're still going. We're still going. Sorry. Uh, I feel like because issue one opens up on a very how can I say it? Like she's almost like on a warpath at the moment. But in that first opening scene in the issue, you're wondering who is this? Why is she so angry? She must have come to a point where we're gonna probably get to, where she's kind of been torn up a little bit and gone through a bit of an emotional run as well. So I'm looking forward to finding out what happens next. But I don't want to put too many spoilers on here, guys. So there's a Kickstart campaign for this.
Yes, there was last year. So that's how we got the print issues funded for Rosana, which is really cool because, we used to post the early issues online.
Yeah.
And then we decided to, why don't we just get this thing made in print?
Yes.
So we can actually hold it. And I don't know. I love reading print comics.
No, definitely. Again, just look at Jessica treated me today, which is amazing. And as you said, like having a physical copy in front of you is a whole different. And guys, I'm all about tangible feelings. Like this is like I love digital, but there's a love for like physical. Like to see the artwork,
Yeah.
even the paper. You're like, oh my god, this is amazing. You must have been like I. The one thing I wanted to say, and I should have started off with this, was like you must be super proud of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was, yeah, I got really emotional when I first got that like box of like good print copies in, because as I said, I've been doing this since 2019. So, and for a lot of us, I think it's just something to like give back to our team as well.
Yeah.
Because we work remotely. I should say my team, I found them all through like either Twitter, Facebook, like wow, online. So some of them are based in Indonesia, some of them are in the US.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it just felt like we all have this tangible thing that kind of connects.
That's amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. I feel like when you see something come, like, and you know what, shout outs to all the artists, line artists, the writer herself, like you work together and you want to be able to see one vision.
Yeah.
And when you go through each issue, what amazes me the most is when people come together and it's like a proper Avengers assemble moment, and you're like, this is really good. Like, it's just like you could work on projects, because I know there's always the given the give back when you work in a team to say maybe not work, or this maybe work. Like, how do you take kind of lead? Because again, it's your vision. How do you take lead on that? Because I'm the type of person where, as you saw before we started this, I double check that you're okay first before I go forward with things. Because I want you to be comfortable, and I want people to be comfortable when they talk to me, or when they talk about something they love the most as well. So what was it like when you're trying to arrange this to happen? Was there any kickbacks or anything like that where you're like, oh no, you know what, this couldn't maybe work or maybe not work?
Yeah, I think that collaboration process, and I think leading this whole team and like leading the production of this, because yeah, I'm the writer and I was the one who kind of brought everyone together. So I did feel like a sense of responsibility, and I can say I've learned so much over the years. Like looking back, when I first started, I just kind of had an idea and I was like, let's do this, this, and this. But yeah, I feel right now we have much better processes for how we go through drafts. We work through Discord primarily, and I've already, for example, one of the things I've tried to improve over the years is how I actually format and like write my script. So making it easier to, for example, if there's a specific reference image that I want them to use, like I will paste that like right into the script. So they can see exactly what I'm talking about, rather than them drawing something first and me being like, actually I had something else in mind. But for the most part, I really leave it open to them to interpret it the way they want to, which I think has worked really well to
That's good.
really minimize that, because it's also their vision.
Of course it does.
As long, for me, like as long as the kind of general feelings and like the plot points and things like that are represented, I feel like changing details slightly or adding things, like I welcome all of those things.
That's good. That's amazing. It makes you work with them so much more better, and having that communication as well. Because I've worked on projects before, and it's like, oh my god, what have I done? What have I put myself through? And then the vision completely changes to, it comes to a point where you don't end up finishing a project.
Yeah.
Now, Have you ever had that moment where you feel like you haven't finished a project and it's still hanging over you?
Not with this, but with work, yes. Because I used to work in marketing. I did like a lot of creative design as well. I actually designed some like reports for companies and all that. And there's always that thing of like, last minute changes. Like, so yeah, I definitely know the feeling.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I feel like it's one of those projects that's still hanging over my head, and it's like, do I do it with a new set of people? Do I try and get somebody on the same vision? Like I've been writing this character for almost 4 years of my life, and everybody that I meet, either it just doesn't work, and it's like how like I want to get it to the next step, but I feel like now, because of the way I suppose the world is now and the way we are as human beings, I would rather take control over our own issues and try and resolve it or solution or don't deal with it at all. Uh, but I feel like sometimes when you don't get closure on a project, I feel like that's where mentally it affected me, where it came to a point where it was like, oh my god, so I've got this writer saying that it's too technical. I got this writer saying that you're trying to be too funny, and it won't work with the theme that you want to do.
Yeah.
So finding balance, and you must have found harmony and balance with the team that you've got, as you said. I think that's really important. And anybody who's watching this and looking to start a project, take that on board, is making sure you find somebody that can be on the same vision level. And I don't know, I feel like you put a lot of trust, like in the issues guys as well, you'll see like the behind the scenes of the artwork as well. When you saw the first concepts, what was that joyous feeling like for you?
It was amazing. I think, yeah. So, Baji is our concept artist. So they've been with me since the very beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the ones who designed Rosana's character, and outfit. And I think in issue one, there's that behind the scenes.
Yes, that's right.
Baji writes a little bit about how they visualize Rosanna as quite strong and almost like a blend of like masculine and feminine features, which is, I think, especially it feels nice to see a female superhero, like a female superhero that does play onto her masculine strengths a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think, guys, like issue 4 couple, like that alone is like power.
Yeah.
It's like power.
She's like,
That power. But like even in issue 1, when you see her, like she's I feel like we're getting a part of a story that's not finally finished yet, and I know we'll get to that, and the journey she's been on. But she looks like a badass in issue 1. Like you see those panels, and you're like, oh my god, like there's a scene where she punched through the
play.
plane, and and it's a very deep moment as well of letting go and trying to understand the pain that she's going through as well. But the art was so striking. I was like, that's a poster there. Like,
Yeah.
you must want to have all of that all up on your wall, because you're like, that's a poster, that's a poster, that's a poster.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a day where you have your own separate room and it will be just full of
That was actually one of the things that I was so tempted to do for the Kickstarter. I was like, guys should read print posters, but we were already offering too many things for the Kickstarter. I was like, maybe I just want a poster for myself, not necessarily for the campaign.
It's tough. So like, running this campaign and going to a point where you feel like, I'm gonna do this, but you're gonna have all of these people backing you in the process as well. Do you feel the sense of heavy responsibility on you when you put project out there in the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think, well, for us, because we had made, I would say, most of it. It was, so we actually finished most of the comic before the campaign. So I feel like from my side, there was already a lot of like investment put in before.
Okay.
So it wasn't kind of like funding a, comic book before it's made, which I can imagine is a entirely different challenge. That's right, yeah, because you'll need to think of everything from artwork, timing, delivery. So for us, it was mostly finishing that fourth issue and putting it in print and getting all the behind the scenes content together in like that booklet format. So I did feel like I made it as manageable as it could be as a first campaign.
Nice.
It's just obviously I was like, I don't know how well this will do, but I think it's given us the confidence to move forward with like a Kickstarter model for just the next issues.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Happy to support, guys. Links will be all below in the description. and Jessica's details will be there as well. Follow her on her social media journey, and Rosana's journey as well. They'll be all underneath there, guys. But absolutely amazing. I can't congratulate you enough for
Yeah, thank you.
jumping on a project like this, and you've got unique art style on there that just pops. Like, guys, each page, I'm telling you, as I said, is a poster. Issue 4, especially going into it, I'm not sorry, 3.5, yeah, 3.5 way, yeah, 3.5. I'm halfway through issue 4, and the artwork's stunning, the lighting, like you, like I, as an artist myself, when I see artwork like that and it pops up to me, and I grew up in the 80s and 90s era of like pop art comic books, so to see that style represented on here, and even the tones that you've picked as well, especially issue 3. Issue 3, you're diving in deeper. I got Empire vibes from it. I've got Empire vibes from it, but you have a different art style in there as well.
Wait,
And I'm going into spoiler territories. I shouldn't do that. There is a scene in there which is very, yeah. There is a moment where she walks in the room and it's like, not Rosanna. I'm trying to know the character's number, and she silences everybody.
Yes, she's like the commander.
Yeah.
Of like the space.
And it was like, again, another pop art moment, but very nice. Your world building, now, and that's insane for me. As a fan of seeing other mainstream characters have these worlds in them, that you're creating this imagine it, like really imaginative world where you're putting in parts of yourself and your culture in there as well. Like, when you were writing that and planning that out, what was that like to say? What what it meant to you to have those in it? Like, it must have been so important for you to have the culture part of it as well in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the benefits actually of doing Rosanna in a comic book format, because as opposed to maybe like writing a story like a novel where the writer just has, full control of everything. Comic books take a lot more time. You really have to take things slow, especially when you're thinking about, how much a page costs. PR printing. So I think it's really helped me, at least as a writer, to think about, how much can I pack in to one page? Like, how can I be really efficient in delivering like the most story, like the most world building
That's right. Yeah.
in like a limited number of pages. And I guess that's the thing about creativity, right? Sometimes limits actually.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. It does. It does.
Like if I was writing this as a novel, I'd probably be going on and on.
You'd be in your thousands right there. It'd be 1,000 pages, which is interesting because, like, uh, I love reading. Like, it's helped me really massively with my dyslexia and understanding different cultures, again, religion, the world, history, and then, the fantasy side of comic books and fantasy reading. And it's like, I could see this as a book as well.
Yeah.
I could see this. I think it could be a bit of a, like, side project. Let me write 1,000 pages. Why not?
I mean, there's a lot of perspectives like you can take. I think I see different characters, definitely, yes, because I think when I approach Rosanna, it's not just about Rosanna the character herself, but it's about like a vision of Indonesia.
Yeah.
I don't add, because I work in like the climate change, like sustainability space. That is it bleeds through a little bit through these first few issues.
Yes.
I think even more so, you'll see that more explicitly in future issues. Like, okay, cool, we're really writing that in. But I don't know, Indonesia as a country, I think there's so many stories and people live such different experiences based on, for example, if you're in an urban environment versus like an island.
Yes, that's right.
So those themes of like inequality come up and themes of yeah, it's just kind of Rosanna has a lot to learn about the world she lives in, which is I think interesting. I do like fantasy slash sci-fi and even superhero stories that have commentary about like the political or social.
Watch exactly. That's right. That's right. I think, and I think for me, that's how it connected as well. Because coming from an immigrant background, coming into a world where it's a whole different place, whole different sets of rules, and I think it's nice. I feel like you've built this world. You've got a bit of the real world in there as well that connects you to it as well. You should be super proud. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it, and like
That
can't thank you enough. No, definitely. Like I been trying to do something like this. So to see creators like yourself doing the work makes me like get back on the drawing board, get this done, get this done.
I'd love to see that from you.
So I'll give you guys a bit of a sneak peek. All right, it's called Quantum Samurai. All right, it's about a scientist that basically Interstellar really inspired this story. I think Christopher Nolan, time. I'm a big fan of time travel as well.
That's
I cherish the time. Yeah, amazing movie. And I remember coming at the cinema and I was like, I can't believe this guy made me fall in love with time. And because Back to the Future is my favorite movie, like of all time.
I did not know about you, but that's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like Back to the Future, something about time travel and how cool might be players. Just got me stuck on that. And this character, Quantum Samurai, is a scientist, really and truly. The samurai part comes later. He basically messes around with a black hole and ends up becoming a black hole. That's his superpower. Where he travels back in time to ancient Japan and ends up becoming a samurai there. But he's actually traveled back in time, not knowing that he's already a historical figure there.
Is it because of the loop?
Yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah. So, but see, this my issue was like, so I've had two other writers read this and say you're getting far too complicated with the science of it. But that's because of Interstellar.
Yeah.
Because Interstellar made me understand the a little bit the science behind it. I can't believe that a movie really made me interested in a black hole.
Yeah.
And I think what Nolan's done as a director has really made me interested in time more. And I think that's why, as a father, the time I have with my kids, like, has really impacted my life in the past year as well. But yeah, that's my character, and it's been going back and forth.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, where have you landed so far, Tinso?
So storyboards have been done.
Okay.
Sorry, scripts have been done. Character design is not fully done because it was originally based on my nephew. But my brother said, because it's such a tragic story that happens, he was like, bro, please don't use my son's name. So I was like, all right, so that's changed. And the character didn't look like my nephew as an adult.
Okay.
But it's actually based on it's based on my brother, my youngest brother. He's been a big fan of, we used to call him Mystical Dragon when he was younger. He's a big fan of samurais and Japanese culture, and he just absolutely adores it. Like his house, like his room, his gaming room was like full of samurai stuff. Batman as well. Batman and samurai stuff.
Love that.
Yeah, Batman and samurai stuff.
I don't think it's a Batman samurai movie.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Not many people did, and I think they've got the second one that's coming.
Yeah, so I didn't know there was a second one until I saw people posting about it. So yeah, I remember I watched the first one, but I wanted to.
Yes, the second one looks really good. The second one looks really good. Yes, congratulating you on how amazing Rosana is, and you should be super proud of it. I'm really enjoying it. Where you going? Where you going? Get out of it. Come on.
Yeah.
There we go, mate. Yeah, so I'll start that again. So congratulations on Rosana. Honestly, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to actually finish the rest of it tonight when I get home. Guys, links below. Follow the Rosana's page, and you'll have another campaign going to bookstore. Sorry.
Not sure when we have. Yeah, it'll be online. But hoping to do the next Kickstarter campaign maybe early next year.
Cool. So guys, go read this. It'll be in the description below. But the main reason why we started Cup of Comics was to speak to artists and to talk about what they're reading at the moment.
Yeah.
And because you go into cosplay mode as well, and you picked one of and she's your favorite character, right?
She is my favorite character.
All right, so we're going to be talking about Zatanna, Bring the House Down, Mariko Tamaki, and Javier Rodriguez. This is a fun read.
It is.
It's a fun read, but very deep as well. Like,
Yeah.
trauma.
Mhm.
Ouch, trauma. You're like, oh my god, they got me with that.
I'm glad that you liked it because I wasn't sure if how much you read about Zatanna.
No, I know a little of the character.
This is a bit of a different take.
Very different take to it because I feel like they went down they went down a kind of reality on this one and the hardships of uh, being a woman in this superhero world, finding your place, but then what you bring to the table as well. Because again, trying to get, she was trying to get enlisted by the Justice League, and then you're like, what do I bring to the table? And we do that as human beings, where it's like, what am I bringing to the table?
Yeah, I think I do love how the comic, despite its very like unique, like bright and bold art style, which is amazing by the way. There are so many. Again, it's one of those where every panel is kind of like its own arcade. But yeah, the story goes really deep. Zatanna is a character who I feel, yeah, her trauma is often overlooked because she's so like happy. She puts on this like show, like strange girl persona, which is again one of the things I do admire about her because she's able to, I guess, really balance herself in that way. But yeah, interesting. The most interesting thing about this book, I think, is how it changes her backstory with her father a little bit. It's not the best relationship with her father.
No, it's not. Not in this one. Definitely not in this one.
But you can see how it changes like a lot of things about her childhood and
Yes.
the way she grew up. Because I think her relationship with her father is such a core thing in every other depiction of her.
Yes.
So it's interesting to see like what changes about her, but also what stays constant about her character.
It's really good. It's really good. So when I read through it, I worked through all 5 issues like straight away at that moment where it was like, I'll read one a day.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh my God, I really want to know more. But as you said, the artwork, it was like, oh my God, these panels are amazing. And then the issue with Constantine, when he brings his charm, even though sometimes I think he's a douchebag.
I mean, he is that. Most of the time.
He brings this charm with him, this coolness with him. But then, the higher stakes it has towards the end, but that trauma of having these abilities being used with those abilities as well, and getting pulled left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Because you're not just because there's several characters that are taking you this way, that way, down the rabbit hole.
The literal.
Yeah, it's like
Lots of
mental health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mental health. Oh my God, like, and I'm big on it at the moment now, and you probably know as well. Like,
We love panel.
yeah,
Evidence.
yes, like, and like when you did pick this book, I was like, I did read the synopsis, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be interesting because it's not something that's spoken about a lot more, and I feel like the comic book industry have started to bring it in a lot more with the characters as well and what they go through, because they're not, as much as we love seeing them save the day, they're not able to save themselves in the process. And I feel like with Zatanna's character in this one she was trying to find a place, and she was hurting, and it was a big struggle on direction on where she was going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. She's quite like lonely in this one, which I think she is in other depictions as well. I think even the more traditional Zatanna stories where she did grow up with her father, she eventually loses her father, and I like her because she's kind of in between worlds, as you said. We have pulled in different directions. Sometimes she's with like the Justice League, but she's not like always there. Sometimes she's with Justice League Dark, but most of the time she's kind of doing her own thing. So I think, yeah, like the way I see her is that she does get lonely sometimes, but she's very self-sufficient. And
That's right, yeah.
but yeah, I do love how in the story she kind of learns to just kind of choose that direction.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes our path is laid out for us, we maybe not see it.
Yeah.
And I think life in general is going to be a bumpy road. I think it's finding balance. And I feel like towards the end, she was finding that balance and saying, all right, you know what? I think this is the path I'm going to choose. So I'm looking to go this way, but didn't see the signs along the way because like there's little hits in there of which way she was going. I was actually really scared about what they were going to do with her dad. And how they turned it into that. And I was like, oh, wow, they surprisingly did that very well.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, for me, it was a bit of a shocker. And I was like, wow, they did the script.
I was surprised when
They did the script on that one. That really shocked me. with this character as well, because you cosplay this character as well. Like, what is it that really embodies that character for you?
Yeah, I think her confidence is
Yeah.
really uh, well, it shines in like all the comics, but I think when I cosplay as her as well, I do feel more confident. And I can see how she kind of uses her magician outfit. It's like her uniform, you know, and that's right. She's going to work literally. So I feel that cosplay her so many times at this point that I was saying this to your friend last time I was getting ready for Comic Con. And I was like putting on this Zatanna costume. I was like, I feel like I'm just going to work right now. Like this is just my like normal work outfit. I do see her as very like she's very open person. You know, she makes friends quite easily.
Yeah.
That thing about her being between groups and like teens and people, I feel like she can fit in wherever. And one of the things that does shine in, I think the last issue in this when she's having her that big fight, is how her creativity shines. I think people also forget that like the creativity needed to like come up with these spells afterwards. And yeah, she loves she has a really creative mind. The same way, you know, Green Lantern has to come up with whatever he
Reconstruction, the power of will. Oh my god, like it's crazy because it's like, oh man, we're getting so much goodness when it comes to comic book stuff. But it's like, yeah, Green Lantern's another character as well. But as you said, being creative with the spells, what type of spells you use, the situation, and the power of moving on. I think that's another thing as well in this one was like accepting the fact that, oh my god, Dad, yeah, and then moving on and going on, how am I gonna get past this? And I feel like that's the one thing I take from comic books is like, how do you go past such a tragic or epic ending? How do you move forward from it? And that's one thing that I think superheroes have taught me is that they keep going.
Yeah.
I feel like now we're lucky enough to get the other side to them as well now, where before it was all about them doing the machine.
yeah.
Not
The struggle.
because it's like, how much can this person bear? Like, I love, like, as much as I love Batman's probably one of the prime characters up on there, but he's the only one that's actually got nothing really and truly except a big bank account.
Yeah.
But like, how does he
He
enjoy?
hasn't moved on from
Exactly. So he's still stuck in that phase, and then you have other characters as well. Like, you got your Hal Jordan, your John Stewart. There's a story of John Stewart that I absolutely love, and it's gone up right up my head, where he looks after his mum in this story. God, I need to get.
I'd love to read this.
You know what? When I get home, I'll send you a picture of the cover. It's a 5-part issue again as well, and it's about John Stewart looking after his mother, being a superhero, and looking after the quadrant that he looks after, but loses his sister. But he uses a construct to keep the sister in the mum's life because she suffers dementia.
Wow.
Oh my!
That's really there's so many layers to that even
Like that story, like I remember after I was in tears. I was in absolute tears because it was like you and there's no spoiler. That's the synopsis of the story. That's the premise. There's more to it. There's more stakes there. But his mental health of keeping a construct still working while he's looking after a different quadrant in space. It's like so vastly powerful, but yet so touching as well that he still wants to look after his mum. That he's doing this for her, and his conscious struggle of going back and forth and doing this. Oh my god! When you read that,
I really had to read that.
oh, beautiful story, and that's another one as well because it's like, the writer's just gone right in my head. You know what? When I get home, I'll send you a picture of it. It's an amazing story of John Stewart, and I love John Stewart's character. I'm so happy we're getting him on the screen.
Oh, I do. Been too long. People have been talking about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Aaron Puri is going to.
I agree.
He's a good-looking brother. He is a good-looking bro.
Can't disagree.
He has this presence. I saw him at the Lion King premiere. We were doing the interviews. Chaps the Geek House show. He's not even set Hexen creative, but another creative who does all the red carpet interviews, and he invited me to do the filming for it. And it was he came up and I was like, wow, look at the presence of this guy, man. Wow. Even got me feeling a bit weak. But he's really an amazing green man.
Yeah.
Amazing green.
That'd be great.
Jessica, I want to say thank you for coming on.
No, thank you so much.
No, honestly, like, absolute pleasure. I know we've been waiting to do this for a while.
I'm so glad we met. Literally.
No, same here, same here. Guys, as I said, Rosana's links are all below. The bookstore's down below as well. Make sure you click on there as well. And all the good stuff, guys. Like, comment, share. This is a new channel for us. So Cup of Comics was based on us creators coming together, talking about our favorite books, what we're reading, projects that you're working on as well. Go Comic-Con in May?
I think so.
Think so. Say, I'm the same. I'm in the think so.
I've been to think so moment too.
I was like, everybody was like, Kim, so you're gonna cosplay next because you had to cosplay it in a while, and I was like, the last time I did it was when the Star Wars celebrations there.
Well, who did you cosplay?
I did Anakin, my own version of Anakin.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I saw the picture.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw you in person that day.
No, it was so busy.
I know.
It was so busy. So I did Anakin, and they were like, "Oh my god, you even did the gloves as well." Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. That's the one I did. I was like, "That's my thing." But I don't know who I would do. Like at the moment now, everybody's saying bring back Logan. I was like, I'm not growing my hair like that. Plus, wifey ain't gonna like that beard. She hates the beard. She hates that. She was like, "Why have you got no mustache?" I was like, I'm trying to be all free. So I won't be doing that. But no, Jessica, honestly, thank you so much. I'm proud of you, but you should be proud of Rosana. Like as I said, guys, make sure you guys check the link below. You guys can grab issue 1 to 4 now.
1 to 4?
1 to 4, guys, in the link below. And the Rosana socials are below as well. Massive thank you for Jessica to pop in. Shout out to all the artists as well, guys. Like, you guys absolutely smashed this. Like, as I said, posters. And yes, all the good stuff. Guys, I have got donation links below for some of the charities I'm running at the moment now. There is a new one on there for mental health, but I'm waiting for that to be confirmed. But I'm going to put other links for mental health right below as well. But thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Also,